So right now, uh, on this show, I'm, having other artists come and explain themselves or who they are, their history, why they're doing art, do they love art, and what was the message. My message is to teach people about their culture while you was here, because we have a lot, as far as African American, have a lot of history of my ancestors, of who we are. So that's what I do. I created that, where you're going to see in some of my art, it's going to have a lot of stuff in there. And it's versatile as well. But my main thing is just to give that message out, uplift the spirit of a lot of young black people, male, female, of who they are and the power that they have and what they can use with that talent that they have, because it was already there from birth. So that is my situation now, that I want to be there to help out, to teach other people that my message is to relate that to a lot of other black people about their history. Now, one of the other things I noticed that I haven't seen yet, and it was the Black Panthers. I don't know if anyone has seen it. More likely everybody's seen it already, but I haven't, but I will. There was a message in there. I know Hollywood is about making money, but it's also is two things that I see that what happened. It uplifted the spirit of a lot of people, black people, of who they are, and it also made a lot of money for the cast of Hollywood. So it's two things that was going on that people was telling me about. I see the common attraction, so I'm going to see it. And as you see in the background of the wear that they have, what they're doing, and that's very interesting. You know, everyone I talked to, they said the picture Black Panther is very, very powerful. You need to see that. And it gives the message out. It tells a story of yourself, of the power that you have. So that's my situation. Right.
So what message would you like to leave the viewers or the young people or the generation that's out there now or strive to be artists?
Well, I would say take an interest in it. The younger people take an interest in art. Parents, guide your children towards art, because art, I think, is a elevating force, and it's a peaceful force. And with a paintbrush in your hand, you know, it's peace. And I think that's something that we should work for, striving for peace. And I think art lends itself to that, a peaceful world.
Creating art is an act of love. And through that creative process, you gain so much on a personal level that's incredible. When I paint, when I paint abstract art, I am dancing, I am singing. I hardly pay attention to what I am doing, because the forces of God slash love is actually working through me. I happen to paint abstract work, flat, and it's really incredible. The only thing that I do when it comes to abstract work that I can claim to be my own is I picked out the medium. I pick out the paper and what size. I pick out the canvas and what size. But everything else, my choice of colors, the design within the artwork is something that works through me. I be enjoying the process, loving it. I be singing, I be dancing. I'm spiritually uplifted and happy. And I know when to stop. And I know when the piece is complete. It's when the name of the piece pops in my head. I've learned to stop right there. And that's the first time that I really look at the work and see what was created through me.
I would say to the young people or anybody out there, you know, that we have ability and qualities in us that we don't sometimes exercise and play. We have it, but if you don't try or make a move, because most of us have artistic ability, creative ability. We have it in us. We're born with it.
Yes.
We actually are born with the energy. So young people, what they need to do, if it don't have to be drawing. It could be music, could be writing, could be dancing. Because that whole hip-hop thing came from, they used to have griots in Africa that told the story of the village and the elders and the this and the that. Hip-hop is like a story. And it's a talking thing. It's like poetry in its own way. And poetry is a way of using your artistic ability with words. So I would say to young people, try and find something that you like to do and do it. And if that's not the way, then you try something else. Try some music, try reading, try pick up a pencil and a piece of paper. And don't be shy, because a lot of people are shy. They're artists, but they are shy. Oh, I don't want nobody to see this. They might say this. But if you don't try, it won't happen. It just don't fall out the sky. I mean, you got to find out what your ability is. And don't be shy about it. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of artists, when they first start out, they're shy. And, oh, I don't think I'm an artist. Well, maybe in the beginning you're not an artist. But practice makes perfect.
Yes, indeed.
A cat learn how to play music, he don't play it right away. I mean, it's something he got to work on. And usually when you work with somebody else that does the same thing you do, that have more skill than you, they teach you. Because I've learned so much from being around artists. And most time, artists will teach you or tell you anything that they know that goes with the craft. It's very few times you might find somebody that don't want to share with you what they know when it comes to artistic ability. Like I say, writing, dancing, playing music, visual art, poetry. Most of these people are glad to share what they know with you. So explore yourself, explore your ability. And if you're shy, it's okay, but that don't mean you can't do it. Because
I teach private, and I have quite a few students that I teach private where they bring their work to me and I give them criticism of their work, and they could be able to see the criticism that I'm telling them that they could be able to improve on their work. And that's an enjoyment that I enjoy doing, because by me doing it for nothing, I began to receive within myself where I began to hold on to what I have. When I give it away, I get it back with enjoyment, where people could be able to show me their work, and I could be able to express myself in seeing the different in themselves, where they could see the different in their work by me telling them.
All right.
And the power of story and how stories explain beginnings and origins and give you history, and you pass things down. And stories are so powerful. So when I hear that voice tell me a story, there was a little child saying, "Tell me a story," and you got the beginnings, you went through the end, and you saw the future. And that's what stories do. They comfort us, they give us information, they empower us. And when I had my son, I read to him every single night from the time he was like 6 months old all the way up to like he was a teenager. We were reading the New York Times together. We were reading the Newsweek and doing all of that. And not one day escaped and he would say, "Mama, tell me a story." And when the Black Panther opened with "Tell me a story," I was like, oh my God. And then it went on to give this amazing and powerful story. So that's why I went to see it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So the message was?
Stories is important. Story. It gives you strength. It gives you history and empowers you. It reminds you of where you came from, and it strengthens you. Yeah. And the storyteller is key. I mean, back in the olden days, the storyteller was a very powerful figure in the community. Now we have, all sorts of things telling our stories, but we have to tell our own story, and that's what happened in that movie.
Yes.
But when it opened up with the little child saying, "Tell me a story," I was off and running. That was it for me.
Coincidence. You are telling your story now.
Yeah.
Just what you just said. We have to tell our own. So as being on this show here, on the Artistic Talent Show, you are actually revealing your story and telling your story and sharing it to me, to the world. Yeah, it's a good story too.
It's very powerful, I'm telling you.
Very powerful.
For my young audience that's out there, young or old, never give up on your dream. Never give up on yourself first. Always have faith and believe in what you do. Never use the word can't. Can't should not be in your vocabulary, because if you keep on saying you can't, you won't. Okay? You have liabilities in your life and you have assets. That's my motto these days. A liability is dead weight. Assets are people that add to your life to help you on your journey where you need to go. Get around people that are in the same thing that you're doing, going somewhere to do positive things in life. Get an education, get some book knowledge, because you need street knowledge, but you need more so book knowledge. Street knowledge you could always learn. There's always something you see and hear outside the street. But to make it a way these days, here in these times, you need education. So get as much as you can and do the best that you can. And for further future adventures, get around people that will help you and inspire you and create things in you that you say, wow, I thought I can't do it. But don't use the word can't, because can't is a very harmful word in the vocabulary these days. And like, I can't do this, I can't. No, I'm able. You're willing. Try it. Thrust into something different. Try something that you never tried before. Stop being prejudiced and narrow-minded and being a bigot, because you have bigots in all colors. Hatred gets you nowhere. That's another issue that we could touch on, but limited time. Get around people that just do things. Everybody wants to be somebody. Well, be the best that you can be. It's not about yourself. It's bringing other people into your life to help you bring out the creative side of you. And if it's math, science, art, music, dance, these are things that you need in your life, because these are the arts. And in school now, they're taking them away from you. Being creative opens up your mind to new things, and you get to see other people, and go to an art show, go to a dance show, go to a play if you can afford it. There are free plays in a park. Go do things that you like to do.
While you're on your journey, believe in the journey. Believe that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. Be positive to people, follow your energy, and invest in yourself. If we invest in ourselves, then we can accomplish so much more, and then you'll be in the capacity to help someone else. So the love comes from within. So it does boil down to love yourself and believe in your dreams. That's the message I want to send out to women, men, everyone out there, that if you are on this journey, use it. Go out there, be the best that you can be, because this is your opportunity.
And so there y'all heard it from Miss Gloria Braxton. So
Well, to the message to the community that I want to give, especially to the youth, because I also work at an art store and whatnot, and and that helps me get more information about products. And I meet a lot of young students who come in, some in college, some kind of doing their own thing. Don't wait to be an artist if you are born an artist. Don't wait until after college to graduate. Don't wait until a certain big part of your life to become something that's always been part of your life. Me personally, when I was in school, I didn't wait until my sophomore year even to jump into galleries and study work and go to museums and whatnot to exhibit and whatnot. I've felt that art has always been a very difficult field for many people, and it's good to really get your feet dirty real soon, like really jump into the mud without really thinking twice. It's especially now with with illustration and animation and cartooning that's coming out and becoming basically lowbrow art, becoming the new, competing with highbrow art. Start early, go for it. Don't think twice about it. Do research on what kind of connects with your work. See who you can connect with, network as soon as possible.
Always go after your dream, what you love to do, and go after it, 1,000 or 1,000,000,000%, even 1,000,000,000,000, because you gotta, whatever you create in life is up to you, and you gotta protect it and go with it. And I want to inspire and just tell all the new youth that's out here that everything is okay, and just move forward and be conscious of what you're doing, and not just creating nonsense. Pretty much go after what you want, because everything is changing. And just love, or whatever the case might be, and art or whatever talent that you have will open doors for you. There's many opportunities out there. You just got to be bold and put yourself out there, and the only person who's going to do it is you, and probably a handful. And it does get discouraging at times, but best believe, once you come over that, road of like what's been, bumpy road, it's a beautiful side to everything. Just got to keep going and love.
Is that we as a people must invest in black art. We must buy and support our black artists. Art, a lot of people think that art, being an artist and buying art is all about luxury. No, it's about having the beauty of the beauty and of ourselves in our homes, of what our artist expresses of who we are, on whether it's via paintings and photography. It's important that we support our artists. I, for one, am one that started collecting art, and I wake up every morning, because I started placing the artwork in my bedroom, and I wake up every morning and I see great artists that I have placed in my room, such as Danny Simmons, Baron Claiborne, Lamero Gatewood, Nakazi, who lives in a Jamaican artist, and other artists that I'm solely building, and of course myself. One of the things I do hope to have on my wall is Otto O'Neill, and his pieces are here. So anyway, I just want to say that by art, I one day watched the Antique Roadshow, and this one woman, a black woman thankfully, had Henry O. Tanner, that she had no clue who this man was, no clue of the art that she had in her in possession on her possession. She had an Henry O. Tanner piece. It was one of his very rare pieces of religious art. She paid what, $150 that for a painting that ended up costing that's been worth $100,000. So do you understand why I say collect our art, support our artists, because you never know where it will go. Stop buying sneakers. Stop buying stuff like as it walks out of the dealership or wherever that depreciates. Buy things that will appreciate and that you can pass it on to your children. Don't let other people have our art. You have it. You own it, and you put it on your wall.
So as the ambassador of arts and culture for the council member of Bed-Stuy and Crown Heights, this year on the 60th anniversary, we were able to put a bench out in the park with the names of the founders, which are Shirley Hawkins, Ernest Critchlow, and Jacob Lawrence, in honor of the founders. So that means a lot in terms of what does it mean to see art on the fence. Growing up as a young black man, I never saw black artists. The only black artist I ever saw, I was just telling a friend of mine, was Bob Ross, who I thought was a black artist because he had an afro. So that was the only person I would watch him on Channel 13, and I thought I can do what he did. And then I got introduced to black art through Good Times, and I started mimicking that. So to see this, it's great to see black art represented from black artists, and actually being able to, as a young person, meet a black artist and say, hey, I can do that too.
Right, absolutely. Well, just for those who may not know, we'll try to capture a photo of it as well. Across the street, in front of Boys and Girls High, is actually a piece that was done by Ernest Critchlow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if you get a chance to come down this way on the bus or walking on Fulton Street and, is that Utica?
Fulton and Stuyvesant. Right on the corner of Fulton and Stuyvesant in front of Boys and Girls High School.
Boys and Girls High School. Check out Ernest Critchlow's humongous mural that was done by him ages ago. I remember when they did it and dedicated it.
Yeah.
Right. So, besides, I understand them having an annual art show, the Fulton Art Fair also is doing art year-round.
Correct.
So I'd just like to let everybody know that again. And they can connect with you in reference to some issues or whatever is going on in the art in Bed-Stuy at your office.
Correct.
And what is the address of your office as ambassador to the arts? And email or website address?
Okay, so the office is 1360 Fulton Street in Restoration, right above Applebee's, Suite 500.
Okay.
And I can be reached by phone at 718-919-0740, extension 115, or by email at jgrant@council.nyc.gov.
Okay. And I'll also be putting that up when I actually edit this video. One other thing is, what are some of the things that you do as ambassador of the arts?
Well, as the ambassador of arts and culture, my primary responsibility is to maintain the cultural and artistic background and framework of the community.
Okay.
With that, we've created some things, the Bed-Stuy Theater Group, so we do August in August, which is August Wilson Plays in the Park during the month of August. We've introduced the Bed-Stuy Art Walk. We've introduced some comedy shows. We've introduced a lot of things, but most importantly, we've maintained a lot of the things that have been happening. 5 years ago, before I came into office, and I don't know if it's something that I did or if it was going to happen organically, but the art scene in Bedford-Stuyvesant was pretty grim.
Right.
And through a lot of the work, working with some of the people who are already doing things, like Sada Keisha, who was in charge of the Fulton Art Fair at the time, we started working together to kind of like revitalize what the Fulton Art Fair is, because it was kind of like, it was kind of dwindling.
Yes.
And I remember making a promise to Art O'Neill and saying to him that I definitely want to make a huge contribution within my 4 years here and in your time still being with us.
Yes.
So that bench means a lot more than people can really understand, because it was an opportunity for me to make good on my promise. But at the same time, for someone like Otto, who's been around since the conception of this thing,
Right.
to actually see to actually get a vindication in a form of reward.
Right.
And I was able to be a part of that history.
Yeah, it was wonderful. I wasn't unfortunately here that weekend. However, I did see the video because I edited it, and it was absolutely fabulous. It was so good to see him, Otto Niels, as well as Emmett Wigglesworth get their due.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Joseph, for taking the time to stop and speak with us.
Before I go, I have to say, you guys have a great steward with Larry Weeks.
Yes.
Larry Weeks is phenomenal at what he's doing and all the work that he's doing to make sure that the Fulton Art Fair has a presence, not only once a year, but continuously.
Yes.
So I may be the ambassador of arts and culture, but Larry Weeks makes sure that I do my job.
That's good. That's good to hear. Also, the fact that the Fulton Art Fair also has been made a recipient of the Media Share program.
That's right.
At Brick Arts Media. So we'll be seeing even probably more things from this venue.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks again.
You're more than welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
So we're going live again, and we don't have too much time, so we just want to knock this out. Let's see how we're doing. We got live music behind us, and I'll probably see y'all tomorrow again. This has been a fabulous time with you at the mini studio. My name is Melvin Isaac. I'm a producer and an artist, and we will definitely have a live show tomorrow, Saturday. So I'm tuning off now, and I will see you again.